this presentation is a tribute to the Indian soldiers who fought in World War I. And it is an untold story and a footnote in history, but we don't mention it so much. It's not talked about. So I thought I would highlight their achievement about 100 years ago when the Indian Army fought for the First World War. So on May 29th, on Memorial Day, we in America commemorated the soldiers who died in various wars. It is a tradition that was set after the Civil War in 1865. Small towns started celebrating soldiers who had died in the war. And this tradition continued in America for World War I, World War II, the war in Korea, in Vietnam, and more recently the wars in Afghanistan and Iraq. That America recognizes the soldiers who have given their lives for the country. But in India, I don't think we have a corresponding day where we remember the soldiers who have given their lives for the country. So when I was looking, it is just an interesting fact. About 100 years ago, in 1900, India had the largest army in the world. And it was a voluntary army. We had soldiers from all over the country. We know of the Maratha Regiment, the Gurkha Regiment, the Rajput Regiment, and most of all, the Sikh Regiment, which has a tradition that goes back over 100 years. They have a tradition of glory, of war, of valor. So when the at 1900, in 1914, when World War I started, the British Indian Army was asked by the Britain to fight their war. And they fought in various theaters in Western Europe, in Northern Africa. There's Raviji. Western Europe and Africa and Tripoli and in the Middle East, in Palestine and Iraq, and many other theaters. And they were the integral part of these battles and campaigns. And they were they gave unconditional support to Britain. This came at a very high cost. 74,000 Indian soldiers died in the First World War. Many others came back injured, and many others later on succumbed to war diseases like malaria, cholera, and influenza. So this had, when they returned home, it had a profound impact on the political movement. They joined the Indian freedom movement. Here they had made the ultimate sacrifice for Britain, and they were not appreciated. They came back disillusioned. There was mistreatment and discrimination within the ranks and also on the battlefield. So this was later they joined the they felt that self-rule was the only answer. These soldiers had a profound social and political impact too. Politically, they said they were not going to fight Britain's war anymore. So during the Second World War, Indian soldiers did not participate. And socially, they said, the Qatar movement also became stronger after the First World War, with the Indian soldiers returning. So in life, we find that the leaders always get recognition. They are mentioned in history books. They are mentioned in political rallies. We talk about the leaders. But it is the common soldier, the common civilian, who pays a big price in life. His sacrifice and cause is greater than himself. And I just wanted to highlight this today. Thank you.